Hey, this is James Pelton, and I know that trading bots have been the go-to thing in crypto these days. And I've tried out a lot of the different trading bots, and yeah, they're great. They make you returns when things go up, they make you returns when things go down. Of all the trading bots that I found, my favorite ones are the ones provided by ShinyJackal and Simon. I've found that they get more consistent returns. A lot of the bots, you might have days where you make 3 or 4 or 5%, but then you have days where you lose 5 or 6 or 7, or I've lost as much as 50% in trading bots. The way that these two kind of hedge their bots with longs and shorts, I've been running them for a couple of months and have only had green days, and I've been very happy with the results so far. So first, let's look at some of the results. Okay, so these are the results of my last 30 days. So like yesterday was a smaller day. It was 0.43% yesterday, 11 bucks. But already today we're at $18, and you can see over the last 30 days, $414. This is on about 3K in there. So you can see the ROI in the last 7 days is 7%, and the ROI in the last 30 days is about 16%. So again, I think these bots are fairly safe. I like too, you get to keep control of your assets. Most crypto projects, you're sending them your money, but this, you're keeping it in your own account. You can take out this profit, you can compound it and put it into more bots, or you can take it out whenever you'd like. And these two have set up this tradingbots.me website just as a placeholder until they're working on getting this process more automated, maybe even getting some NFTs that you can buy and it'll use their trading bots. There's some protocols using these trading bots. So Grape is using them, Spring Game's using them, Hybrid Finance is using them. And basically the process for getting started is you're going to set up an account on a centralized exchange. The bots run on a trading platform called 3 Commas. So you have to set up a 3 Commas account, and they'll walk you through. If you get in touch with them, they'll set up a call with you and they'll walk you through this. It's pretty easy. They hold your hand through it pretty well. The pricing that they have for getting set up is based on the amount of capital that you're putting in. And I would say the minimum capital is probably $1,000 if you're wanting to get into one of these trading bots. It's just not worth it if you go lower than that. But you have this one-time fee for getting set up, and then there's a maintenance fee monthly to do updates on the bots and things like that. The bots are returning on average 10 to 15%, and that's been pretty consistent. They've been working on these bots for 14 months. There is a discount. If you just mention that you heard about this through me, they'll give you 2 months of updates for free along with the chosen plan. So you'll save that monthly payment for 2 months. But yeah, if you want to get started, again, they're working on ways to automate this a little better. DMing Sweet Heater or ShinyJackal, or on their website, if you just go to contact us and put in your name, email, subject, and again, just let them know, hey, I'm wanting to get started. I heard about this from James Pelton, and they will set up a call with you and get you set up. It's really not too difficult. Just takes kind of one call and then you're ready to go. And currently these bots that are running, 3rd highest rated project. Again, I think long term, these bots should work really well. They provide a good passive income now, about 10 to 15% a month. I think it's fairly unlikely that you lose all your funds. There's very clear revenue streams. I love these two. I actually have an AMA I'm going to show you with these two if you want to get to know them a little bit better. The only thing that was rated a little low was history, because we haven't been doing this too long. I'd like to see once we get 6 months of history on these bots, then I'll be ranking that even higher. So I do have an AMA with these two, with SMS and ShinyJackal, just for you to kind of get to know them. But yeah, go to the website, contact them, mention James Pelton, and I hope you enjoy the AMA. This is James Pelton, and I'm here with ShinyJackal and SMS, and they are the gentlemen who have helped me set up my trading bot. And again, I have several trading bots set up, but this is the one currently that I like the best. It seems to be best hedged. Could I have you two start out by maybe just a quick introduction, and then I'd like to hear how you came upon this bot strategy.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm ShinyJackal, and yeah, I was trading personally. I was trading with my own money, and I was trading manually before. But then I saw a pattern where I was losing money because of getting emotionally attached with my investments. Sometimes you have certain biases which stop you from doing the right things. And yeah, I was emotionally attached with my investments. Then I thought, why not we automate this strategy? Because when you get into a trade, you go in with a clear head and a clear strategy. But during the course of the trade, something happens, you get emotionally involved. And the most important thing is, I used to revenge trade. So I want to avoid all this. And I thought, what better way than with bots? So me and Simon, we started doing this about 14 months ago. exactly 14 months ago as of now. And yeah, we have been running bots. Initially, we didn't know how to do it because let's face it, there are no tutorials or there is no forum on how to get this started with. So we started using a small bit of our own money, and then we started using the bots. Yes, there were some losing ones initially because we didn't know, we made the mistakes. And going further, what we saw was yes, the strategy works, but then we had to fine tune it. So about 14 months later now, about 5 6 months into it, we got a clear strategy of what works, what doesn't, what we can do better. It was a dynamically improved thing. And we tested about 600 strategies, and we picked out about 10 12 of the best based on each market condition. And now we started giving the bots to clients about 3 months ago. This is how I got into bots. A little bit about me is I used to work in the oil and gas sector, and I used to trade in stocks and options as well. But then I got into crypto full time for about 6 months now. And yes, SMS is my business partner. And SMS, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, James. Pleasure to be here. So, I got into crypto in 2020 just before the COVID crash. And the first thing that got me intrigued was the volatility in the market compared to the trade fee. So, I thought, like, why not trade in crypto rather than trade for a trade fee just with some money? And that's how I got into trading. I lost a lot of money on trading naked, but then I understood that trading should be in a way where I can hedge the positions. But manually hedging positions is not easy thing, and of course the emotional part makes it even more difficult. Like we checked different bots and finally started using 3 commas because it was user friendly for us, and we were able to like try out different strategies with it. We made mistakes and we learned from it, so that's how we move forward and we got here.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, and they've been working great for me. How would you say that your bots are different than the other bots? Bots are a big thing right now, and I'm seeing everybody putting out bots all over. What would you say kind of sets yours apart?
Okay, for starters, I'll take this one, James. For starters, the most important thing, I think the best thing about our bots is that you retain custody of your money. You run the bots yourself. So basically, I'm just what you get from me is my experience of running bots for 14 months. And there's no, okay, that's the first part. The second part is that there's no sunk cost. So you're using trading capital and you are free to add more or stop the bots and take it all out if you want. There's no sunk cost. That's what I mean. That's the second thing. And the third thing, like I both of us emphasized before, is that we take the emotion out of the equation, and we start with a clear head and then follow the strategy through. Those are the three things that sets our bots apart.
Okay, yeah. And from my experience with bots, again, I've not been super involved with bots, but I have quite a few. And most bots that I'm in might have some bigger gains, but they also have losses. Like some days I'm losing, some days I'm gaining. And I just noticed your bots just are always up for the most part. And they might not 40% in a day like some of the other bots I'm in, but I haven't lost any days either. Even on big, huge crashes, it seems like your bots handled them pretty well. So that's been my experience so far. I was talking to Hash from Spring Game, and she mentioned that they use your bots as well. Do you want to talk about who? It sounds like some protocols are using your bots. Who else is using your bots right now?
Okay, so far there are three major protocols that are using our bots. One is Grape Finance, the other one is Hybrid Finance, and the third one is Spring Finance. And yes, we have set bots for them, and we do have a couple of institutional investors as well, but I'm not at liberty to disclose their identities because we have an NDA with them. And about your previous point on the bots, the thing is that's our strategy, that we try go for smaller profits but consistent profits. That's our idea behind the bots, because there's no point in gaining some money, gaining about 20 30% today and then losing about 15% of it over the next week over a crash. I mean, I'll go in a steady upward graph rather. I think you feel the same way as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I think it's been working really well for me for sure. Could you talk about what potential people who are wanting to use your bots, what kind of experience should they expect in getting set up? And I have this PDF that you guys put together for me also, and I'll leave a link to this. But do you want to talk about just about the steps that will be involved for getting someone set up on your bot?
Okay, it's pretty simple. The entire setup process takes less than 30 minutes. That's one advantage again. And it's pretty simple. You need to have a CEX account, which permits 20x leverage. You'll need to create a 3 commas account. And then you need to select your capital and your risk appetite. And then that's it. We'll curate the bots for you. We have a team of people who are experts in the TradeFi sector and have some experience in crypto. They'll curate the bots for you. We'll get into a call. We'll ask you to share your screen, and then we'll help you with the set of the bots. It's as simple. That yeah, you need to about your prior experience in trading. You don't have to know a lot about trading, because during the course of the call, I'll explain how the bot works and what it does and what it doesn't. And that's it. Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty painless process. I went through it myself, and it was not difficult at all. I think when people hear 20x leverage, that's something that might raise some alarm bells for people. Do you want to talk about the risk tied to that and why you're using leverage in that way?
Okay. The first thing before I address this question is I've had a lot of questions from people saying, guys, you're using 20x leverage, so I invest $1,000. Does this mean that there is a possibility that I can lose 20 times $1,000, $20,000? So I'd like to address that first. No, the amount at risk in any black swan event or any worst case is just the amount in your wallet. That's number one. And number two is that we use leverage. Okay, generally people use leverage to magnify their capital and increase their gains. So let's say with about $100, if you use 20x leverage, you are getting about $2,000 of exposure on any position. But instead, what we do with the leverage is that we make your position size smaller and make multiple trades with the same amount with the same position. We fortify the position or with additional trades, and that's where we use leverage. Yes. And
Okay,
okay,
so
of course, there are risks to leverage trading, and that is pretty evident. So yes, there is a risk of loss of capital, but then we have a lot of safeguards against it.
And one more thing, at any point, only half of your capital is at risk because we hedge your positions. So it's either going to be like a long bot and a short bot, equally distributed capital. So only 50% of your capital will be at risk, even if it's a black swan event where BTC either goes to 100,000 or goes to zero.
okay, nope, that's super helpful. I think that's really helpful. And then you talk about this on the paper here, but what kind of returns do you expect people to be making?
Okay, about the returns, this is a trading bot, so it basically depends on the market volatility. And that being said, we have experienced average returns of about 10 to 15% per month over the course of our time running bots. But yes, you might have a month where the returns are below this, but then you might have a month where the returns are above this range to make up for it. So, like I said, the average is 10 to 15.
Okay. Yep. And that's exactly what I experienced. I think I got about I think I've been doing it for about a month now, or maybe a little longer, but I think I got 11% for the month. So that's right on par there. And like you say here, depending on the risk appetite. So you can go riskier or less risky depending on just what you're wanting. And that's another nice thing about these guys is they'll set up the bots specifically for you. So if you decide, oh, I don't want AVAX as a part of this or something like that, they can work with you to kind of set some of that up. Do you want to talk about the pricing side of things?
Yeah, sure. Yes, as you have it on the screen, the pricing depends upon the client's capital. So we have various capital slabs, and the pricing consists of two things. One is the one-time setup fee, where that's for me getting on call with you, helping you set up the bots. And the next is the monthly maintenance fee. This is because our bots will have to adjust them to the market structure at the moment. So basically, if you're in a full-blown bull market, bear market, or the scrabbing market, which we have right now in the middle of a bear market. So the monthly maintenance fee is for that. And if you want to jump to the next lab, if you see, okay, man, my bots are doing well, I want to go to the next lab, you just have to pay the difference. And one very interesting thing is that, James, for people who come through you, will offer 2 months maintenance waiver, because you have been one of our early supporters and your followers need this kind of, we are giving this.
Very cool. Yeah. And yeah, I wanted to emphasize that here. 2 months of updates for free along with the chosen plan. So thank you for offering that to my audience. I really appreciate that. Can I ask you guys too? We've talked a little bit about this. So right now it's a pretty custom process for you to get people set up. Do you have plans in the future? I know we were just talking about this, and maybe I may or may not include this in the video, but do you have thoughts of kind of automating this a little bit?
Yes, we do have plans of starting an NFT where people will buy the NFT, and we'll get the money, we'll put it on a CEX, use bots on that, and distribute the profits back to the NFT holders. It'll be a tradable NFT. But yes, that's still in the works. And I mean, yeah, we are looking into it, but that means that we'll be taking custody of the client funds. So a lot of people may not be comfortable with that, given that what we provide right now is an option. You'd feel comfortable holding your own capital rather than putting it into an NFT.
And I just want to emphasize too that I've worked with ShinyJackal and SMS quite a bit. I've talked with them face to face. So they're not showing their face now, but they are stand-up guys. They're trustworthy guys. I like them a lot, appreciate them a lot. SMS, you've been part of my community for a long time. I think I've seen you commenting on stuff forever. I like these guys. I love my bot. So I just wanted to get that out there in this video because I think it's something that could be beneficial for my audience. So thank you guys for what you provide. Any kind of final words here as we wrap up?
Yeah, one thing I'll want to make your audience know is that when they come through you, please ask them to use the wallet address mentioned, because that's how we track for whom we give the 2 months additional maintenance waiver.
Okay, so yeah, if you're signing up through them, just mention that you came from James and make sure to get you to the right place, get you the free 2 months of updates. So yeah, really appreciate you doing that for my audience. Thank you for that.
And
Thanks,
one more
man.
thing, one more thing I want to add is there may be days when there will be temporary drawdowns on the bots, but it does not mean that the bot will end in negative results. So people should wait. That's why it takes the emotion out of the system. Like there may be days like when we want to like literally close the trade, but we should allow the bot to do it because the bot does it better way than us getting involved and doing it manually. So I would like to stress on that, because sometimes there are days like when clients come to us and ask us whether we should close the trade. We usually tell them to trust the system and allow the bots to do their job, because when you don't touch the bots, it automatically ends the trade in profit. So
yeah, from my experience, don't touch the bots. Just leave your hands off, set them up, and then maybe you don't even look at them too often. That's been my philosophy, and it's worked out pretty well for me.
And about the minimum capital, sorry about that. About the minimum capital, it's $1,000. You can include it in some part of your video because I know we missed that part. That's quite important, I believe.
Okay, so minimum is $1,000 to get in, and then the one-time fee is $150 for if you have less than 2,500. And yeah, and I'll put that PDF up also.
I just want to talk something about you in the video. Like you have always been a supporter when a project is really good, and you have always been a honest person when it comes to like being transparent in this DeFi industry. We really appreciate people like you in crypto, and we are really glad that we are able to work with a honest person like you. So please add this up in the video.
Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, and it's been great working with you guys too.
And one thing I'd like to thank the projects, those are working with us and trusting us with the bots. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Grape Finance, Spring Team, especially Hash, the Hybrid Finance team.
And one more thing I would like to add, that I'm congratulating you on joining the mod team, Mod Society. Ron told me that you're joining them, and Mod Society is also planning to include the bots with their strategies. So I don't know if they are allowed to post it in the video, but I just want to like say I just want to thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they're a great team. So I'm just happy to see people in the space and we can all connect and help each other out how we can. And I'd love to see you guys just really explode and just really have this take off. I know this can provide some life-changing income.
James, and one more thing, I would like to thank Green Pill too here, because he is one of our early support. Like he supported us from the beginning. He tried our bots and he started posting thread about it. I would like to thank him too in this video. If you can include it in the video. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll include that in. Awesome. Hey, thank you guys. I think this is great. I think this answered all the questions, and I'll have a little spiel I say at the beginning too. But yeah, I think this will be great. I think you'll be getting a lot of DMs from this. Keep reaching out if you need anything, and feel free to nudge me for tweets and things like that. But I think this video will get some good traction.
Yeah. Thanks, James. And once again, hope you are doing well with your family. Take care.
Hey, thank you, brothers. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that AMA with SMS and ShinyJackal. If you want to get started, head over to their website and just go to contact us, and they should get in touch with you. Make sure you mention James Pelton. Please hit like as you're finishing out here today. Appreciate all you guys, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.